Hey, what's up, YouTube? And to my one and only subscriber on the channel, the Sloppy Joe channel. More or less, this is probably going to be mostly videos and channels, or channel feeds and videos. More or less about, things I'm into, things me and my wife are into. We're both shooters and automotive enthusiasts, things like that. I'll try to focus mostly on the gun stuff as it applies to, real life people. We're an average couple who, shooting for us is a hobby. We do it most weekends when we can throughout the winter and the summer, whether it be at our local range that we're members of, or up in the mountains, go off-roading a little bit, get the truck dirty, and do a little shooting. But this I'm kind of excited about. It's nothing new, nothing all that super exciting. I'm excited to have it, and it is a CZ SP-01. It's not a Phantom, it's not a tactical, it's just your regular run-of-the-mill SP-01. And the only reason I'm excited about this, mostly, is I had looked at intending to get one of these about a year ago. And at the time I said, I'll just wait, I'll wait. And I didn't. And then everything got all sideways and wacky end of last year. And suddenly CZs have become extremely hard to find. Almost to the point where it's damn impossible. Scouring the internet for used examples that proved to be a bust, and trying to find new models or new pistols is damn near impossible as well. So, I mean, you could find them. You have to be willing to pay a premium. So I decided to keep trying, kept looking. I wandered into a local gun shop that I've coincidentally found some of my more odd firearms that I've tried to find, being a PSL, oddball, Soviet stuff. And they typically, a couple weeks ago, I managed to find, just looking in there, they had a 308 Galil by IMI on the wall, and it was a very fair price. And I was thinking, wow, this is too good to be true, and it kind of turned out to be, because inspecting the gun, it was a beater. It looked like it lived a real tough life. Definitely at that point, I probably would have spent more money trying to restore it and getting it back into beautiful shape than they wanted for the rifle. But nonetheless, that same trip, in the corner of the pistol counter, kind of tucked away, was my SP-01 that I'd been searching for. And the even more amazing part of it for this brand new pistol was they were asking just the regular retail. They were asking $650. So I saw that. I didn't even look at it. I couldn't sign the paperwork and slap my card on the table fast enough. Gave them my concealed weapons permit, and I walked out the door with this 10 minutes later, and I was thrilled. So, 9x19, 9mm, based off the CZ 75B. Basically just a modernized version of that pistol, which is a great pistol. I've shot high powers for years. My father has had a Belgian high power for 30 plus years, and they're just fantastic to shoot, just so controllable, so much fun. But the cloud that quickly came over my head after I purchased this pistol and brought it home and showed my wife, and her response was, "Oh, yay, you found one." And then she quickly realized, as I did at the same time, we don't own any 9mm. We don't have anything stocked away. And I keep stock on 45, 9x18, 7.62 for both the Mosins, the PSL, the AKs. but I have no 9x19. And it has been very hard to get, so much so that I had to wait 3 weeks before I could even shoot this. So it's tough finding 9mm right now. It's really, really tough. Local shops that I deal with, when they get it in, they're with a, with a straight face are asking $35 for a box of just, 9x19 full metal jacket, nothing special. And I've so far refused to pay those prices. I've been able to find it for $20 a box at other shops, so I've been picking it up when I can, kind of scavenging. And, so as I find it, I've been buying it up. And then we finally, this past weekend, got out to the range, and we shot, 200 rounds. So we shot 4 boxes. Not enough to really break in the gun. It's obvious, as with any, high quality pistol, it needs some break-in time. The trigger, as I've read on these, after you get to about 1,000 rounds, I've read that the triggers start to get a little bit, a little bit nicer, a little bit crisper, and, you start to get a feel for how the gun shoots. I've shot 1911s, and, I've got to say, even Makarovs to me are like second nature. A Makarov I can, it's like a surgical tool for me. It's just a no-brainer. So this being bigger, heavier, it's a new platform to learn. It's a little bit it feels a little different than anything else I have, but the grip, the feel in the hand is just, you can't beat it. I mean, it is so natural feeling in the palm of your hands. And, I don't have big hands. Probably medium-sized hands, and it just, I hate to say it because it sounds cliche, but it's, it's like a glove. It just is. Same for my wife. She has, not small hands, not big hands for a woman, but average, and she loved shooting it. I mean, I let her shoot it first. We pulled it out, loaded it up, and she was the first one to shoot it, and she loved it. We both agree that with a little bit more time behind the trigger, we would both tighten up the gun as far as the groupings. But as far as the capability of this thing, it's a better gun than I am shooter with it. But I'm sure that will change in time. I just have to acquire enough ammunition to be able to spend, to be able to spend 1,000 rounds in a weekend, really getting good feel, muscle memory, knowing the trigger, when it's going to break, and the biggest thing with this trigger that I've noticed is, when you pull it, it breaks very clean. I can feel it right there. It's going to snap. Boom. But it's got a long reset. I mean, look at that. I mean, and especially, and that's just going back to single action, but, here, breaks, and then when you reset, even when this is gone, I mean, it's a long reset. It just is. And that's kind of a downer. And I've heard you can get different triggers that will help alleviate that. But I'm going to leave it stock. I bought it with the intention of using it like a service pistol. I'm not going to modify it too greatly. Not really going to mess with it all that much at all. I'm just going to kind of leave it as is. I might do wood grips because I'm a fan of steel and wood. I just am. Steel and wood. Old school. And I'm just going to shoot the hell out of it. I mean, it was bought to be a shooter. It's not a safe queen by any means. I keep it loaded with some nice hollow points just for home defense. But other than that, I'm just going to shoot it, enjoy it. That's what it was bought for. Someday I might do some shooting competition stuff, and if I do, we've got a good gun to start with. So I'm going to turn this over to a part 2. So please come back, and I'll be right back.